Perhaps most troubling to our 16-year-old visitor was the touching. This girl is being rubbed by several young men. Ecstasy, we're told, makes you want to touch and be touched.
There was one girl who was laying down and they were painting on her back like a circle, and then they put E in the middle.
What did they tell you?
They said it makes you feel good. If you're a shy person, you become more emotional and you like to talk more.
Like this young girl who said she was 15 years old and had just met the boy behind her.
Open your eyes, feel the love.
She tells Amy that when she's rolling, every touch feels good.
He was all over her. He was rubbing up and down her body. And she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend. I just met him 2 hours ago. I wanted to say, will you remember this is your boyfriend tomorrow morning? Will you remember what you were doing? You know, and I'd just like to tell her, you know, she should come to a rave party sober once and watch how they're acting.
This girl was friendly, even kind, but the apparent effects of the drug were disturbing. She said the last time she was rolling, she even liked being burned by a cigarette. We showed Amy's parents what she had seen at the party.
Well, that one guy was sure hanging all over her, wasn't he?
This is the 2-hour boyfriend.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, she just met him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Unbelievable. I don't know what to think.
Your daughter met a 14-year-old boy who was in here on drugs.
It's terrible. It makes you wonder where these parents are, and do they know that this is going on, or do they just not care?
But the teenagers are not throwing these raves themselves. They are highly organized events. Some bring in a lot of money. They are promoted and backed by adults like this man. This is Gino Carlucci, one of Phoenix's biggest rave promoters, who promoted the Desert Rave.
I don't think she's got anywhere.
He was at the rave, where we witnessed what appeared to be open drug sales and drug use. Carlucci refused an on-camera interview, but told Dateline he does everything he can to keep drugs out. He even hires security, including, at this rave, uniformed officers from the Peoria, Arizona Police Department, which he claimed searched people outside the rave and confiscated drugs. So we spoke with the Peoria police, who confirmed the promoter had hired 3 officers to work the rave that night.
Our job was to make sure that nobody came through without paying.
To make sure he got his money.
Right, exactly.
How many arrests did you make, drug arrests?
We didn't make any drug arrests on that evening.
How many drugs did you confiscate?
None. You know, we can't pop trunks and rifle through vehicles and that sort of thing. Is it'd be unconstitutional.
You got uniformed cops here, and then you got what appears to be fairly flagrant law-breaking going on the inside. It may be time to reconsider your position on whether or not you want to work for promoters of raves.
Sure.
And as for the line of people we saw buying whippets from a truck and then inhaling the gas, Carlucci says the truck was for sound equipment, and he didn't see anyone selling whippets. We also asked Corey Adams, the owner of the Nile, the club our 16-year-old Amy visited in Mesa, Arizona, for an interview. We wanted to show Adams what we had found, what appeared to be open, illegal drug sales in his club, from ecstasy to ketamine. He refused to talk to us. His lawyer said Adams is doing everything he can to keep drugs out, that his security officers search people at the door and confiscate any drugs they can find.
What of the promoter or the club owner who says, we do our best, we have surveillance, but, you know, I didn't see any open drug dealing there. If I had, I would have busted them. What do you say to somebody like that?
You're ignorant. You have a blind eye. And that's not going to fly. They're capitalizing on these kids consuming those drugs.
It looks like everybody's wearing, like, white.
Which brings us back to Amy, the brave young girl who offered to help open the door to the rave world for us.
You seem kind of sad.
Yeah, kind of confused about it, you know.
I hope it wasn't too upsetting.
No. It'll be okay. I just hope somebody does something about it.
And we end this story with something unusual, in fact, quite rare. Advice from a teenager for the parents of America.
To the parents, I'd probably say, you need to watch your son or daughter better. Be up when they come home. Find out who they're going with. Find out what they're doing. And they need to have a curfew. I mean, most of these kids were out till 5 in the morning.
If your kid rolls in at 5 in the morning smelling like Vicks Vapo Rub,
then you wonder, it's not like they have a cold.
There are, of course, other warning signs your child may be using drugs. If your child's behavior becomes erratic or aggressive, if he or she suddenly loses interest in old friends, family, school, or becomes careless about personal hygiene, those are all reasons for concern. You can learn more by visiting our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com.